Welcome back to our channel. Today we'll delve into an intriguing topic: credit card fraud by banks. No doubt credit cards have become an indispensable part of our lives. They offer us the convenience of making purchases on credit, enabling us to manage our financial resources more efficiently. With the rise of online shopping and digital transactions, credit cards have also emerged as a secure way to pay, providing us with various protections against fraud. But beyond these benefits, credit cards also play a pivotal role in building our credit history, a critical factor when it comes to securing loans or mortgages. So, from convenience and security to credit building, credit cards have truly revolutionized the way we handle our finances. However, as with most things in life, there's a flip side to this coin, but there's a darker side to this financial tool that many of us aren't aware of. The very institutions entrusted with our money, banks, aren't entirely immune to fraudulent activities. You may find this shocking, but it's a reality we can't afford to ignore. While banks are seen as the safeguards of our finances and the gatekeepers of credit, they can sometimes fall into the murky waters of credit card fraud. Now, it's important to understand that bank involvement in credit card fraud is not a daily occurrence. Banks, by their very nature, are designed to protect and manage your money. They have strict regulations, robust security systems, and diligent due diligence procedures. However, like any other institution, they are not perfect. Instances of fraud can and do slip through the cracks. In some cases, the bank itself may not be the direct perpetrator of the fraud. Instead, it can be an unscrupulous employee exploiting the system, or a cybercriminal hacking into the bank's data. Regardless of the source, the end result is the same. Innocent cardholders bear the brunt of the fraudulent transactions. Even more concerning is the fact that certain fraudulent activities can be subtle, almost invisible. For instance, hidden fees or charges that go unnoticed, or slight changes in interest rates that make a huge difference over time. These practices, while not outright fraud, can have a similar impact on your credit card balance. The gravity of this issue becomes even more apparent when we consider the trust we place in our banks. We believe that our money is safe, that our transactions are secure, and that our financial information is confidential. When this trust is breached, it can lead to not only financial loss, but also emotional distress. However, don't let this unsettle you completely. It's crucial to remember that these instances are the exception, not the rule. Most banks take their responsibility towards their customers very seriously. They invest heavily in security measures and fraud detection systems to safeguard your money and your trust. Let's explore some of the common ways banks may be involved in credit card fraud. In the next segment, we'll delve deeper into the various types of bank-related credit card fraud, shedding light on how they occur and what you can do to protect yourself. Let's continue our journey to unveil the reality of credit card fraud by banks. Opening, banks can be involved in credit card fraud in a number of ways. Let's explore some of the most common forms of bank-related credit card fraud. First off, we have unauthorized charges. This is when you find transactions on your credit card statement that you didn't make. While this can be due to a simple mistake, it could also be a sign of credit card fraud. Banks are responsible for monitoring account activities, but sometimes they might miss unauthorized charges, leaving you to foot the bill. Next, let's talk about misleading sales practices. Some bank employees, driven by sales targets and incentives, might resort to deceptive tactics. They might push unnecessary credit cards or services onto unsuspecting customers, trapping them in a cycle of debt and fees. This is a form of fraud because it involves misrepresentation and manipulation. Lastly, we have data breaches. Banks hold a wealth of sensitive customer information, making them prime targets for hackers. A data breach can expose your personal and financial information, enabling fraudsters to make unauthorized transactions or even steal your identity. While banks have security measures in place, data breaches can still happen due to system vulnerabilities or human error. But it's not all doom and gloom. Banks are not just potential avenues for fraud, they're also our first line of defense against it. They have cutting-edge fraud detection systems that can flag suspicious transactions, often stopping fraudsters in their tracks. When unauthorized charges do slip through, banks are usually quick to rectify the situation, refunding the mischarged amount and issuing new cards. Moreover, banks provide customer support to handle fraud claims, helping you navigate the process of reporting and resolving fraud. they also work with law enforcement to investigate fraud and take legal action against the perpetrators. In addition, banks invest in cybersecurity measures to protect customer data and prevent breaches. They constantly update their systems to address new threats, and they conduct regular audits to ensure their security measures are up to scratch. However, as consumers, we also have a part to play in preventing credit card fraud. We need to keep an eye on our credit card statements, promptly report any suspicious activity, and be wary of unsolicited offers from bank employees. By staying vigilant and informed, we can protect ourselves from falling victim to credit card fraud. Closing. However, banks also have a crucial role in preventing and addressing credit card fraud. Remember, while fraud can happen, banks and consumers alike can take steps to prevent it and mitigate its impact. Stay educated, stay vigilant, and together we can keep our finances safe. Banks have a multitude of responsibilities when it comes to preventing and addressing credit card fraud. From the moment we entrust them with our hard-earned money, they bear the weight of safeguarding it from fraudsters lurking in the dark corners of the financial world. The first line of defense is the advanced fraud detection systems they employ. These systems are like vigilant sentinels, tirelessly scanning every transaction for signs of mischief. They use complex algorithms to spot patterns that could indicate fraudulent activity. For instance, if your card is suddenly used in a different country, or for purchases that drastically deviate from your usual spending habits, these systems raise a flag. But technology, as advanced as it may be, isn't foolproof. This is where human intervention comes into play. Banks provide robust customer support to handle fraud claims swiftly. If you spot a suspicious transaction on your statement, you can report it to your bank's customer service. They are trained to handle such situations, guiding you through the process of securing your account and mitigating any damage. Additionally, banks continually invest in educating their staff and customers about the latest fraud tactics. They send alerts, provide updates on their websites, and even conduct workshops to ensure everyone is equipped with the knowledge to spot and prevent fraud. However, the responsibility doesn't solely rest on the banks. We, as customers, also play a vital role in this fight against fraud. Regularly reviewing our statements, reporting suspicious transactions immediately, and protecting our personal information are all part of our duty in this shared responsibility. But what if you suspect credit card fraud? What steps should you take? Well, that's a topic for our next scene. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into reporting and legal action in the event of suspected credit card fraud. If you suspect credit card fraud, it's crucial to report it promptly. Time is of the essence in these situations. Once you notice any suspicious activity, immediately contact your bank to report the issue. Your account can be secured and your bank can start the investigation process. The bank then has a responsibility to cooperate fully with law enforcement agencies. The process typically involves the bank providing necessary transaction details and other relevant information to help build a case against the culprit. This collaboration is vital in not only resolving your case, but also in helping to prevent future fraudulent activities. Remember, your vigilance plays a significant role in combating credit card fraud. By promptly reporting any suspicious activity, you not only protect your finances, but also contribute to a broader effort to curb such deceptive practices. Understanding the dynamics of credit card fraud is vital for all cardholders. By staying vigilant, knowing your rights, and promptly reporting any suspicious activity, we empower ourselves to protect our finances. Remember, credit cards are powerful financial tools, but they can also be a gateway for fraud, even from the banks we trust. We've peeled back the curtain on the types of bank-related credit card fraud today: unauthorized charges, misleading sales practices, and data breaches. We've also highlighted the responsibility that banks have to prevent and address these issues with fraud detection systems and robust customer support. If you suspect fraud, act promptly, report it, and know that banks are legally obligated to cooperate with law enforcement. Vigilance and knowledge are your best defenses in this battle. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content on finance, technology, and more. Together, we can make informed financial decisions and build a secure future.